I'm about to attempt to get the Dark Souls 1 Platinum Trophy, but before I do, let's check out PSN profiles. As you can see here, an 8 out of 10 difficulty, 3 playthroughs, 70 hours. Oof. Some trophies that I'm worried about getting: acquiring all the pyromancies, missable. Acquiring all the miracles, also missable. And acquiring all the sorceries, missable. And lastly, Knight's Honor, which means I'll have to get all boss weapons and also droppable weapons from the NPCs. It's gonna be brutal. Oh, and one last thing. At one point in the past, I'd already gotten 3 of the starter trophies: Enkindle, Estus Flask, and Reach Lordran. We start off in this prison cell, in this place called the Undead Asylum. This knight from above randomly drops a corpse down a hole with a key. Allows us to escape. It's very nice. Very nice of him. We find him later, and he tells us we need to find these awakening bells for some reason. He also gives me a Estus Flask, which would have been a trophy, but I already had it, like I said. We then find this big booty demon, and he's pretty easy. Take him out pretty quickly. After defeating the big booty demon, this big bird comes and grabs me with its talons. It takes me to this place called Fire Link Shrine, the main hub of the game. Arriving here is also a trophy, but I already had it, like I said before. I also talked to this guy who allows me to join a covenant for a trophy. Covenant Way of White trophy. There we go. I then head to this place called the Undead Burg, and after traveling through it, I encounter this giant Tauros demon. It turned out to be pretty easy. One more hit. There we go. Tauros demon down. After I took out the Tauros demon, I then encounter Solaire, the coolest NPC in the game. He will allow me to summon him in certain fights, which will give me sunlight medals. I'll get into that later. Shortly after that, I then cross this bridge with a dragon, go under the bridge, shoot its tail 20, 30 times, and it'll eventually drop a weapon. The Drake Sword, one of the best early game items you can get. After exploring the Undead Burg some more, I encounter this tower with some gargoyles on top, which leads to our next boss fight. I also used the summon sign to summon that NPC Solaire, because I need sunlight medals. That's so easy. This Drake Sword is overpowered. Where's he at? Where is he? There we go. And we got a sunlight medal. I then climb the tower and ring the first awakening bell. There we go. Ring the bell. Undead Church. Trophy down. I then decided to go to this forest where you can farm these NPCs for souls over and over and over using this little lip on this edge. Super convenient. You can get like 4,000 to 6,000 souls each run. After farming souls for a little while, I take on this Cabra demon, which when you kill him, he drops a key to a place called the Depths. After entering the Depths, I encounter this very weird boss. I'll just let you look at him.
That's so weird.
He didn't turn out to be too difficult. And I had my summon buddy Solaire with me as well. He almost died though.
Don't die, Solaire. There we go.
This boss also drops a key to a place called Blighttown, everyone's favorite place. And
a sunlight medal.
I then make my way to Blighttown, this toxic cesspool of a swamp. It's awful. But before taking on the boss, I decided to make a detour. There's this place called Ash Lake, and I find these lizard monsters, and this turns into a catastrophe. It insta-kills me, and I get cursed. Yeah. So it turns out when you get cursed in this game, your HP is cut in half, and you can't reverse it without a purging stone. Anyway, I go back to Ash Lake, and I find this eternal dragon, and I join his covenant. I also go behind him and cut off his tail, because I needed this weapon for the Knight's Honor trophy. Felt bad, but he didn't seem to mind, so whatever.
Okay, this half health thing, or this curse that I have, really sucks. We'll see how it goes. I also can't use summons or restore humanity. It sucks. Okay, here we go. I am not looking forward to fighting this at half health. Die! Finally!
After defeating that very interesting looking spider, I ring the second bell. So after ringing the second awakening bell, this giant wakes up and he pulls this chain which will open this giant door, which will lead me to the next location, Sin's Fortress. I also get another trophy for ringing that second bell. Very nice. Also, when you defeat the spider boss, her sister unlocks and you can join her covenant. Another trophy. It was then time to head to Sin's Fortress, where at the top, a giant dude was awaiting me. And, he gives me a little bit of trouble. You'll see.
Alright. Let's see if I can do this. So close, so close. Oh, he's mad. Come on, let's finish this. No.
But after a few more tries, I do finally take him out.
Yes. Yes. Take that.
After finally defeating the Iron Golem, these weird looking Smeagol demon monster things come down and take me to another location. And Orlando. Isn't that scenery just gorgeous? I also get a trophy for reaching Anne Orlando.
We reached Anne Orlando. I did it.
Anne Orlando has some sketchy areas with these thin, narrow bridges and these archers shooting at you constantly. If it hits you, you'll get knocked off. Luckily, I managed to juke these guys. Woo! It was now time for me to encounter Dark Souls' most infamous boss fight, Ornstein and Smough.
Here we go. Ornstein, you jerk.
What makes this fight challenging, yes, you have to fight both of them. And then when you kill one, the other one absorbs the dead one's soul and becomes empowered. But after a few attempts, perseverance prevails.
Come on. Got him. Yes.
Right after you defeat Ornstein and Smough, you encounter... Actually, this is probably the best NPC in the game. For reasons.
Thou hast journeyed far and overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child. O chosen undead, I am Guinevere. I bequeath.
Guinevere will give us the Lord Vessel, which will allow us to fast travel. And it's a trophy. Very nice. She also has a covenant to join, which gives me another trophy. I then decided it was time to head back to the Undead Asylum. To do that, I have to lay down in this nest, and the big bird will come and grab me again. Oh God, help! So, the reason I came back to the Undead Asylum is I needed to fight the big booty demon again, who came back for some reason. I don't know why. He drops the item called the Titanite Slab, which will allow me to upgrade a weapon to level 15 for a trophy. Another item I needed to find here was the Peculiar Doll. It allows me to traverse inside this painting inside Anne Orlando. After getting sucked inside of the painting, I'm transported to the world of Aramis. The first thing I did here was farm these weird bird creatures, because they drop an item that I will need for a covenant later on.
Oh my god, that's 10. Finally. I was so sick of farming those freaking birds.
Shortly after that, I go fight the final boss in this painted world, called Crossbreed Priscilla. I have to make sure to cut off her tail before I kill her, because she drops a legendary weapon. I need that for the Knight's Honor trophy. And I get a trophy for defeating her. I then decided to backtrack to the Undead Parish. This is where I turn in my sunlight medals, and also join the Covenant. Praise the sun. Since I joined the Sun Covenant, I decided to go ahead and get a few other Covenant joinings out of the way by talking to this big cat, and I get the Forest Hunter Covenant trophy. After that Covenant, I needed to go find another one, down in the catacombs, which I despise the catacombs because of all the skeletons. Make sure you have a divine weapon before you get here. Anyway, I find this sarcophagus, I guess is what you call it. Lay inside of it, and a skeleton comes and drags you to this other area. This is actually a sneak peek for a future boss fight. And it's here I find the Covenant of the Grave Lord's Servant. Trophy down. After joining the Grave Lord Servant Covenant, I then head back to Anne Orlando, where I go down these steps to find this carpet for another Covenant. Blade of the Dark Moon. It's actually here where I turn in those items that I farmed those birds for a miracle. I'll need that for the All Miracles trophy. I then entered the Fog Gate and encountered another boss fight, Gwendolyn. Now this boss is super easy and straightforward. Just dodge his magic, run up, and hit him with the big sword a few times and he's dead.
Swathed in dark, an eternal curse upon thee.
And we get a trophy for killing him. I decided to get some more farming creatures out of the way. I needed this item called Eye of Death, which these lizards that curse you drop. So you have to be very careful. I needed to farm exactly 10 of these as well, and it was a super annoying farm.
Just one more. I just need one more. Please? Yes! Oh, I dropped 2 at the same time. Oh my god. Thank goodness that's over.
After farming those lizards for what seemed like an eternity, I headed back to the Gravelord Covenant and turned in all of those Eye of Deaths, which will give me another miracle. Again, I need that for a trophy. After farming all that Covenant crap, I decided to progress in the story, head back down into the catacombs, and fight Pinwheel, probably the easiest boss fight in this game. I think I literally kill him in about 15 or 20 seconds. This boss is a joke. Now, after you kill this guy, you'll get the Rite of Kindling, which will give you a trophy and also allows you to increase your Estus flasks up to 20 if you kindle a bonfire. Alright, so this next boss fight, I do not enjoy it. It's a giant wolf, and if you look into the lore, it's very sad and depressing. I would highly recommend watching a video if you want to be sad and depressed. Long story short, this wolf is protecting his dead master's grave, which we are about to grave rob and steal the ring, which will allow us to traverse the abyss. I'm not going to get too far into the lore, but if you want to look it up, there's plenty of videos about it. It's very sad and tragic. And he wrecks me a little bit here.
Feels bad. Feels bad. But now we can traverse the abyss.
After acquiring the Covenant of Artorias, I then went to the Abyss and decided it was time to take on the Four Kings. Now, some people say they have a lot of trouble with this boss, but with my leveled up Zweihander sword that I'm carrying, I ended up killing all of them very easily. This boss didn't give me much trouble at all. Well, a little.
Come on. So close. Oh no! Oh, yes! Ooh. That was super close. Defeat the Four Kings, heck yeah.
Now, after you defeat the Four Kings, this weird worm guy appears, and he's actually who I need to talk to for my next covenant to join. He, picks you up, swallows you, and takes us to another location. Here, I placed the Lord Vessel, which the Princess Guinevere gave us. And after placing the Lord Vessel, it will unlock 3 new areas. Grave Lord Nito, Seath the Scaleless, and finally, the Bed of Chaos. I then talk to Mr. Worm Dude again, and he allows me to join his covenant, Dark Wraith. I decided to go take on Gravelord Nito first, and I had to enter the Tomb of the Giants. This place sucks. You'll see why. Yeah, the area is pitch black, and enemies are awful. But eventually, I get past them, and I encounter Gravelord Nito. If you remember, this is one of the covenants I joined. Make sure you do whatever you need to do first before you fight him. Otherwise, you can't do the covenant stuff anymore. This boss fight is so annoying. I actually had a lot of trouble with it. So, he summons a bunch of skeletons, and they won't die unless you use a divine weapon. Yeah, I died quite a few times to this guy. I then decided to go in cheapo mode, put on Havel's gear, I put on a divine weapon, killed the skeletons. After I did that, it was much easier. Switched over to my big sword and took the big boy out.
God, that was freaking annoying. There we go. Defeat Grave Lord Nito.
I then traversed the crystal caverns under Anor Orlando to eventually find the white dragon Seath the Scaleless. Now, I need to cut this guy's tail off, which ends up being extremely annoying. The boss is easy if not for that.
Alright, Seath, let's do this. Alright, I gotta cut off the tail. For a weapon.
As you can see, he just spins around and spins around and spins around. It's impossible to catch up to his tail. I spent a lot of time doing this. But eventually, I do get lucky.
Yes! Finally! Oh my god, that was annoying. Oh my god.
After cutting off the tail, this guy was an absolute pushover. Just a few hits on his chest and his little side tendril here, and he was done.
The hardest part of that was cutting the freaking tail off, man. Oh my god, that was annoying. Alright, that's done.
It was now time for the best boss fight in this game. Just kidding. This boss fight sucks, and anyone who plays this game knows this boss fight sucks. First you run to the left or right, whack the weird glowy ball thing, and then the floor will start collapsing. Go to the other side, hit that, and then just try not to get knocked off. It just feels like he keeps growing more and more hands every time you do this. I finally managed to get lucky and get to his center part, which ends the boss fight. Screw this boss fight. Seriously, screw it.
Oh, finally did it. Holy crap. So annoying. Die, stupid tree. Defeat the Bed of Chaos. Yes! All 3 Lord Souls collected.
I then return to Firelink Shrine to turn in all the Great Lord Souls, which will unlock the door. This door leads to the area with the final boss, but before I can take on that boss, I have to go farm a bunch of enemies and get all their weapons for the Trophy Knight's honor. Starting off with the Black Knights, I have to kill them and loot all of their weapons, and the shield. After collecting all those, I then head back to Anor Londo to take on the Silver Knights, collecting all their weapons as well. I needed sunlight metals for a covenant, so I went down to farm these bugs.
Please, I just need one more. Please. One more.
Yeah, farming these was a pain in the butt, and it took forever. I needed 10 in total.
Oh. Oh, thank God. It's over. It's number 10. Ugh.
After farming the sunlight metals, I decided to go for the rarest item in the game, the Channeler's Trident. Now, I farmed this guy probably about 2 hours or so, and I was not expecting it to drop. I was watching TV and eating snacks, so as you can see here, I'm kind of derping. My camera wasn't turning on.
Oh my God. Freaking finally got it. That took I don't even know how long. I'm gonna die. I don't even care. Oh, finally got it.
Now, doing some more cleanup before fighting the final boss, decided to go up here to fight this crazy wizard who took off all his clothes and decided to fight me naked. I don't know why. He drops the final spell I needed to get all the sorcery spells for a trophy. It was then time to take on the final boss, Gwen, Lord of Cinder.
Alright, Gwen, let's go. Ow. Okay.
Yeah, I can't parry to save my life.
Give me a second. Got him. Gwen down. That's right. Okay. We are going to do the bad ending first.
Now, in my opinion, I much prefer the bad ending over the good ending.
My lord, bless thy safe return. Let God and France serve your highness. We are here to serve your highness. Let true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
And with that, the first playthrough was complete. In New Game Plus, I do some cleanup, like finding this NPC, who sells me some miracles that I missed for the trophy. In the painted world, I also had missed a pyromancy that this dude here drops. And that's the trophy for all pyromancies collected.
All miracles, pyromancies, and magic spells collected.
Traversing this game was a magical experience, from the undead bird to the poisonous swamps of Blighttown, to the mighty Sin's Fortress, through the beautiful architecture of Anor Londo, to the pitch black of the Tomb of Giants, to the lava pits of Lost Izalith, through the creepy New Londo ruins, until finally reaching again the kiln of the First Flame to fight Gwen one last time.
Thank God. I had so much trouble fighting him this time. New Game Plus is really tough. Whew. Alright. All that's left is to do the good ending. And then New Game Plus 3. Plus 2.
In this ending, we sacrifice ourselves to link the flame once again to restart the era of fire.
To link the fire.
It was then time for playthrough 3. All I had to do was take on the Great Wolf Sif again for his soul, because he requires 3 boss weapons in this game for the trophy. Going through 3 playthroughs also allowed me to get enough resources to upgrade all my weapons. Here's a quick montage of me doing that. After getting Sif's soul, I head to the blacksmith in Enorlando.
Alright. Fingers crossed. Okay, I need to use the broken straight sword to turn it into the great sword of Artorias. And then I need to turn this short sword into the Great Lord Great Sword, and that is hopefully the final weapon. Yes! Knight's Honor and Dark Souls Platinum. There we go. It took me 40 hours and 28 minutes to Platinum Dark Souls Remastered.
If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. It truly helps with that YouTube algorithm stuff. And with that said, I'm still trying to decide what game to platinum next. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions. Until next time, have a good one.